Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to create student attendance register in Microsoft Excel. So here we have 15 students and we are going to look for their attendance in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 and that of week 5. So as usual, every week starts from Monday to Friday. Then that is the working weeks. We don't have weekends, but we have total. So let's say student 1 attends school from Monday to Friday. Then the total of days will be 5 days in a week. Then we move to week 2, that of week 3 and week 4 up to week 5. Then we will also look at the total term attendance for each student. So we'll be using formulas and functions, that is the sum and the count if functions and formulas to calculate for each child attendance in the attendance register. So right now we'll be using checkbox and tick marks to indicate a child being present in school or being absent in school. So what we are going to do, we are going to get a control or insert a control. So in the control we have to get the developer tab, but as you see there's no developer tab here. So what we're going to do is to right click on one of the tabs, then we select customize ribbon. Now in the box that appears we have to look for developer in the right side of the cell window. Then we tick the developer option, then we select OK. Now we click on OK, then our developer tab will also appear in the ribbon. So right now when we click on the developer tab, as you can see, so next what we are going to do is to move to the developer tab in the ribbon. Now after we have clicked, you can see we have in the control groups we can have several controls. So we go to the insert command. Now inside the insert command we have several form controls that we can select from. So right now we will be selecting the checkbox as our form control, or some people call it the tick mark. So we click on the checkbox, then we move back to the cells. Now we start from Monday. So Monday we can click to draw. So we can draw a rectangular shape to make the checkbox appear. That's nice. So with this we can move the handle to direct or reposition the checkbox, or we can edit it. So we right click, then we move down to the options, then we select edit. Now we don't need the check, so we have to delete. You can delete from right to left, or you can delete from left to right, depending on either using the backspace or the delete key. So this time around, let's try to resize the checkbox. You click on the borders, then you drag small to resize it. Now we can check as it has appeared. The moment you click, it will check, that means for present, and if you click once again it will be unchecked, meaning the child is absent. So we can do that for Tuesday, then the following days, and we can also calculate the total for each week he has attended. Well, take note that we can reposition the checkbox. So by right clicking on the checkbox, we scroll down to edit, then as the four corners are, we can drag to position it to our desired location. Now we are going to duplicate the rest of the days with the checkbox. So what we are going to do is to click on Monday. We drag the autofill handle, we drag it to Friday, then at the end we double click to duplicate the checkboxes. Now our next move is to make sure that if a child is present from Monday to Friday, then the total number of days he or she has attended school will automatically appear in the total. So let's say Monday present, Tuesday present, Wednesday to present, then Thursday perhaps absent, then Friday present. I think that will make 4 days in a week. So what we are going to do right now is to link the days so that if a child is marked present, it will automatically appear in the total without us being writing the numbers manually. Now we begin by editing the form controls. Now in the edition, we are going to link each day so that at the end of the day, when the child is marked present, his mark will appear in the total. So let's edit Monday's own. So we have to right click on the checkbox, then we scroll down to the format. Now in the form control, you can see that it is unchecked. So we have unchecked, checked, and mixed. So right now what we are going to do is to take note of the cell header. That is the cell name. The cell header is C, then that is the colon C, and the row is row 5. Okay, that's row 5. That means the cell name cell D5. So what we're going to do is to move back to the format control, then we click the header. Now it moves back to the sheet. Now we select the sheet that we want. Now the sheet is ampersand C ampersand 5. Now we move back, we click the arrow, then it moves back to the format control. Now we hit on OK. That right now this means the cell has been edited. Now in the total column, if you move back to Monday and check, maybe perhaps student 1 Monday is check present, then you can see that currently the mark is not appearing. This time we are going to apply the function count if. So we enter is called sign count if. So in the option you select double click count if. Now the range is going to be between Monday to Friday, that is cell D5 through to cell G5. Now we place our comma. Now the criteria should be true, then we close it and hit enter. So right now, because none of them is checked, is 0. So what we are going to do, let's go back to Monday, then we check it. You see that the total becomes 1. So if we apply all the addition from Tuesday to Friday, so for sake of practicals, we are going to copy what we have edited from Monday. So we highlight or select the box, then we drag it to Friday, then we paste it. So this time around, for our sake, we'll just edit Tuesday, then we'll move to the format. Then instead of cell C5, it's now going to be cell D5. So we put our mouse cursor, then we press on the backspace, we delete the C, then we enter D, then we hit on OK or the enter key. So this, I'm doing it fast, so I've done Tuesday to Friday. Now when you move to the total, since they are all checked, the total is 5. Let's uncheck them, then you see when we check 1, then Tuesday present, Wednesday to present, Thursday present, then Friday to present. So the student 1 will be getting 5/5 in week 1. So right now you observe that the true or text is appearing. So we want to get rid, we highlight the section, move to the home tab, then the text field, we change it to white, then all the text behind the checkbox will disappear. So in our next move, what we are going to do right now is to make sure that we copy all that we have done here from Monday to Friday, then that is for student 1. We copy that to student 15. So we double click or drag the fill handle. So you can see that all the student has been edited. So we edit the total too. So I think this becomes easy. The only thing you are left with is to also copy it, the procedure, into week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. But you notice that as I'm clicking, because they are all copied and linked, that is from student 2 to student 15, they are all having the same features. So what you are going to do is to edit each day and each student one after the other. You have to edit them. So this time it should now be, instead of instead of cell C5, it's now going to be cell D6. We move to Tuesday for the next student, then we also edit the next student. So this time round, instead of 5, we change it D. So this is how we are going to follow the procedure and do that for the rest of the weeks and the rest of the students. Right now, so what we are supposed to do is to then copy the totals, then paste it in each week totals. So we move to week 2, then we paste it, but we would go and change it. You see that we'll change from Monday to Tuesday. Now cell week 2, Monday start with I, that is I. So instead of cell C5, week 2 Monday start in cell I, that is cell I5. So instead of C5, we change it to I5. Good. Now we can press the arrow key to move to the next. Instead of cell G5, it's now going to be M5. And we hit on enter. So this time around, we'll move to the total, then we double click on the hand fill to automatically fill it. We move to week 3 2, then we paste as we copied earlier. Then we can move to the formula bar. Right now you have to take note of Monday and Friday. So in week 3, Monday is start from cell O. Instead of C5, it's now going to be what? O5. Then we move to Friday, will be ending in cell instead of cell G5. Let's move and see. Monday will be ending, Friday will be ending at cell S5. Then we will also move to week 3. Then we hit double click on the hand fill to autofill it. We move to week 4 2. Then we paste the same as we copy earlier. We move back to the formula bar. So please make sure that you always take note of Monday and Friday. So week 4, Monday start with U5, then Y5. So instead of C5, we change it to U5, and instead of G5, we change it to Y5. That's nice. We also double click on the hand fill to auto fill it. Then we proceed to week 5 total. Now you have to take note of something here. If we move to week 5 total, we are just going to paste the function as we did earlier. Then we move to the formula bar. So week 5, we move back to week 5. Let's take note of Monday is AA and Friday is AE. So take note AA and AE. So that means cell AA5 and cell AE5. So instead of cell C5, we change it to cell AA5 through to cell AE5. Then we hit on enter. Now we move to cell 5. Then we double click on the autofill handle. That's nice. So as we have done here, that means all the 5 weeks they now have their totals. The only thing we can do right now is to calculate the total term attendance. So we use the sum function. So it's equal to, you type sum in the options, so just double click on sum. Now numbers, which numbers do you want to take? We just want to calculate the totals for each week. So you click on the total, you press and hold your control key, move to week 2, then you move to week 3 to, then week 4, then week 5, then you hit your enter. That's good. Now as usual, we have to double click on the handfill to auto fill all the students for their terminal attendance. I hope you get this clear. Please, if you are following me for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel to be able to watch my previous lessons and the next lesson to be uploaded. Now let's move back to the register. So in the register, anytime a student come to school, then we mark the child present. You look at the totals, it automatically changes, and the total attendance for each term also changes. Or if we mark a child absent, the totals and the total term and the attendance also changes. So please, this is how we can create a register using the check marks. See you in our next lesson. Bye.